G'day, this is AD Rider. In this video I'll be replacing the strainer in my fuel pump. This bike's 14 years old, this has never been done. I've never done this job before, so we'll learn together and yeah, hopefully we'll get some nice clean fuel into the bike. Righto, let's get to it. So I do have a bit under half a tank of fuel. Hopefully we'll be able to just tip it up and keep the fuel up one end while I pull the pump out the other end. Tell you what, taking the fuel tank off this bike's a lot easier now without the fairings. If you do want more details on removing the tank on a early model V-Strom, check out my video spark plug and air filter replacement on a Gen 1 V-Strom. That was when my bike still had all the fairings and everything on it. It shows you step by step removing the tank. This is my fuel tank stool. Sits nicely. So that's our fuel pump inside there. All nice and dirty, of course. With the tank at this angle, all the fuel will be down here. It won't leak out here, it won't leak out there. So I was riding on the highway recently. I was going uphill, went to accelerate to overtake some cars up to 100k an hour and I lost power. The engine felt like it was bogging down. So it could have been fuel, air or spark, I guess. But I've never replaced this fuel filter strainer before, so I'm going to rule that out. Probably needs doing anyway. I'm going to just mark that. Don't know which way it goes on. I know the fuel outlet points to the left, but anyway, just so there's no confusion. I've seen pictures of these strainers where people have taken them out and they're just basically disintegrated. There's nothing left of them. They're clogged up. I think because I ride my bike regularly, I've constantly got fresh fuel going through it. It shouldn't be too bad. I have seen a video on this on Baz66's channel too. I'll put a link up to that. His is on a Gen 2 V-Strom. I think the fuel pump itself is very similar. Oh, we're getting a bit of fuel out. Oh, there we go, there we go. Keeps going. Oh, there's me. Fuel level float. Oh, a bit of fuel on the ground. Righto, looks in pretty good nick. Have a look up in there. This one here is an overflow pipe. The pipe goes all the way up to the filler there. Any overflow comes out there. Tell you what, that tank looks really nice. Yeah, the O-ring's nice and soft. Looks good. Probably should have got a new one just to be sure. Righto, let's have a look at this thing. Check out the fuel level, that's cool. Oh, yeah, red goes to red, yellow goes to black. It's easy enough. I've read the instructions on this. I probably should have printed it out so I could read it along as I go. Yeah, we'll unplug those. So it can only go one way for those screws to match up. That should be alright. So there's a big fat O-ring in there which is holding this tight. So hopefully we can get it off. Just doesn't feel right when you start forcing things. There we go, that's feeling better. Cool, that's better. Right, yeah, we'll take that O-ring off. See, that will roll off there nicely. Cool. Now this bit should slide off. Oh, that filter's looking shit. Am I stuck at the end there? Oh, there we go. Wow. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's had it. Wow. And there's all black shit in there. Actually, if that just slips out easily, we may as well remove that too. There's all crap through there. Alright, yeah, let's get this new one out. Have a look what they're supposed to look like. Alrighty-ho, all looks nice and clean again. Now, how did all this go together? Hope someone was watching and saw how that went. That one down there. That guy must go. That must just fit over that little flange. Looks like you've got to fold it up a bit to fit it in there. About, we try putting that in first, so I can hold that better, then push this down into it. Maybe. Rightio, now this goes that way? No, this way. right here. Shit. Okay, now that goes into there. We need to put our O-ring back on. That goes right down there. Just trying to get that wire right so it doesn't get pinched. That'll sit back on there again. Inside, inside. That went there. That's what I was having trouble with. This one here, we'll go behind that. And then on there. There we go. Okay. So blue goes to the yellow, and red goes to red. From the fuel level indicator, you've got one wire goes here, other wire comes all the way down to here, the wire that comes out of the pump to here, and the other one from the pump goes down here. Alright, that's it, let's get it back on the bike. I'm just going to put a bit of O-ring grease on this big one, help protect it. Does feel nice anyway. Rightio, so feed that up into the tank. Oh no, it might go like that. No, I don't think it'll all go together. Okay, so we do these up nice and even in a crisscross pattern, like you do a wheel on a car. It's a big fat O-ring, so we just want to squeeze it down nice and even. Oh, I forgot that, didn't I? It's always a good idea to take some photos while you're doing these jobs so you can see where the wires go, things like that. You can look back through them. Or you can have a YouTube video like this one up and watch it as you go. Cool. So we'll just tip that up, make sure nothing leaks out of it. And here there is still a fair bit of fuel in there. There we go, any leaks? No, I think we're good. All we've got to do now is get it back on the bike. Check it starts up okay. Started okay, it sounded a bit different to normal, but I'm guessing that's just because all the fuel was drained out of it. Yeah, job done. That definitely needed doing. I'll have a series coming up very shortly where I'm going to be swapping engines on this bike. This one's burning a lot of oil. I just looked in that airbox and there's a lot of oil in the airbox, which tells me I'm getting blow-by, I think it's called, where the pressure blows past the pistons, pushing oil up the breather hose into the airbox. I think that's what's going on anyway. I'm just waiting on a few bits and then we'll get into it. I've started checking over the new motor. The valve clearances is good. I'm going to try and do a compression test. So that should be an interesting series. So yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when these videos are out. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.